everyone. I hope you're having a great day, great afternoon, great night, just a great time in general when you're watching this. Today's video, I want to talk about something I like on and off remember that I even was doing this idea, because I think about it and I basically talk about it never, because not many people just talk about writing. I don't know many writer people, and the people that I do know that write, we all kind of just keep our shit really close to the chest unless we really want to talk about it. But I'm usually known for my fiction stories and the fact that I love writing fantasy and different shit like that. This story and these series of books, however, that I've wanted to write are completely nonfiction, and I always thought would be interesting to not only me but tons of people. So one that I thought was really interesting was a book called Perspectives. Basically, I had a couple of different ideas to do this. One of which was I would find different groups of people, different generations within those groups of people, and I would basically have them fill out short answers and long answers to various questions. I didn't and don't have all the questions for it. However, I do have a general idea in that I wanted the short answers that they gave me to go into essentially like a little notebook-esque type book, like a smaller book, so people can see a generalized idea of what different generations thought. Kind of like a poll in a way. And then I wanted the other book, which would be, like huge because we have so many different groups of people, that I wanted that one for the people that wanted more detailed answers, because not everyone wants a really big detailed response, and some people do. And for the people that don't, I wanted them to have 2 to 3 sentences, maybe even a brief little paragraph to answer these questions, so people have a better basis than what they have to go on, which is other people's opinions. Why not actually get the opinion from those people? And the other thing that would be important with this information is it's not only for that person to spread such thoughts for themselves, but also for their group, because some people don't believe in previous generations' traditions. Some people still do and find them vital. And it would be really interesting to see people's perspectives on that. Like, for me, growing up, I had traditions in my family that I don't particularly like anymore, and I've talked about them with my family, but not all the time do they remember. So it would be nice for, like in my case, I would have a book/notebook-esque thing that I could hand to them and be like, hey, just so you remember, this is thought X, Y, and Z. Now, of course, my thoughts on X, Y, and Z can also change. So within that, it would be like the census. Like every so often, we would redo it so that way we can keep up a generalized or full, the two sides of what different groups of people are actually thinking, and not getting, I don't want to say yapping, but like getting all the different people arguing with each other or not agreeing, or we're just spreading all misinformation and stuff like that. And I would rather people have a more informed thought on something than, keep getting misinformation. I always find people's perspectives to be interesting, and a lot of you can probably think or come to the conclusion that I might have came up with that idea based off of the mother and father books that have been going around recently, where you can give them to that parent and they can fill it out with their memories for you. And I've thought about those as well, because it would be really interesting to have those memories, before they're gone. Wasn't/is the same kind of general premise. However, my thing, I've been thinking about that for a long time, because I've met so many different groups of people, types of people just in general, that there is so much constant misinformation that I would like, not only myself, but many people would like that to stop, and I would want to be one of those people that helped stop misinformation, because I'm also someone that hates to be misunderstood or misheard, and I would want to be actually, I would like to continue something that is positive by spreading this information that I have been given by these people to not even talk more about it, but give people that you wouldn't even think to ask. Like, when I was saying like multiple different generations, I mean even like asking a kid about it. Asking a kid about it is like something people don't even think of, is like, what is a child's perspective learning new traditions? And that can be any different group of people that have different familial transitions as they get older. So like in my family, we all got a 12 gauge shotgun for our birthday, for our 12th birthday. You get it, you're turning 12, you get a 12 gauge. And I always thought that was interesting because like I never knew anyone else who did even that little bit of things. Like, there is a bunch of things, like my family really liked hunting. I didn't know anyone else who liked hunting. You would never know what someone is thinking until you ask them. And that's why I also wanted to like find diamond in the rough people. Like, that's what I wanted this book to be filled with, was people's thoughts that you wouldn't even think to ask, because just for any which reason you wouldn't even think to ask them. And now you're presented with that information that, yeah, you can escape from it by closing the book or turning the page, but you also can't escape from it because that information will always be in that book. And I can understand people not wanting to spread things or talk about things themselves, or even not talk about things as well. Like, they could be one of those people that's like, oh, that's not my place to speak on it. Like, I do know information about that thing, but I don't want to be the one to speak on it. And that would even be a good perspective to put in too. That could be a little excerpt in the book to be like, hey, you know, not everyone, and yeah, that's 1 in a million person, but that little perspective is still more than people think it would or could be. And I think that it's like what I was saying the other day, we need to try and understand people better. We need to talk more. That was a book that I never knew how I'd do it, but I always wanted to do it because like I said, I hate being misheard and miscommunication and stuff like that. And I can imagine how everyone else feels when their little family ritual or their cultural tradition or ritual is, you know, misunderstood by whoever participated in it, saw it, and anything like that. It would be better for everyone to, you know, we can all mutually commune, because not everyone is a talker, and I feel like that would also be great for the book. You know, I could get an audiobook for it, and just like the amount of things I could do with just, not even, I keep saying but like it's not even just me that could benefit from it, and we could just get so many different voices. A voice for the voiceless is what this book could be. And I think that's all the little ideas I could remember about that book. I know I said I was going to talk about more books, but honestly, I had the other thought of at least one of the other books I wanted to write, but I had a dental appointment today and my mouth is kind of hurting and I can't really remember what I was thinking about earlier with that. I should have written it down, but I kind of do these a little bit on the fly as we're still in where we are. But once I start getting better at scripting things, we will be seeing better videos, at least. Not just scripting, but like writing things better. We will see better videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little ramble about a book I really wanted to write. And, you know, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace, guys.